Hey everyone, welcome to my first video on the channel. This is where I'm going to be going into detail every single week about all things Lancaster County, Pennsylvania real estate. So if you want to know what it's like living in Lancaster or what it takes to buy a home here in the area, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any content that I post here. So let's get right into it. The most commonly asked question that I'm getting right now is right now a good time to buy in Lancaster, or should I wait it out till next year, see what happens with the market, see what happens with rates? And those are all great questions. But to answer that, let's look at some brief history in the local market. So, like a lot of parts in the country, the Lancaster real estate market has seen some ups and downs over the last couple of years. So in 2024, we're still seeing a competitive market, but it's a little different than the crazy sellers markets we saw of 21 and 22. Inventory is still on the lower side, which means there's still a lot of competition for homes, especially homes in that medium price range from 3 to 400,000. Um, but it also depends on the location of the property, the type of home, and things of that nature. So even though the market's a little calmer than before, it's still not exactly a buyer's paradise, buyer's market by any means. One of the biggest factors affecting whether it's a good time to buy is obviously the mortgage rates. I mean, everyone knows rates are significantly higher than they were a few years ago coming out of the pandemic, when the Federal Reserve really cut those rates to try and boost the economy. So but we got to put things into context here. We're sitting around 6 or 7% for a 30-year fixed mortgage. However, we are about to see a rate cut from the Federal Reserve that should go into effect sometime in 2025, hopefully earlier rather than later. So there's been a lot of speculation on how much that's going to affect rates, the consumer for mortgages. That'll just come with time. Time will tell for that. I know it's not ideal to have higher rates because, of course, that means higher monthly payments, which can affect affordability, especially in a market like Lancaster, where prices have been climbing pretty steadily. But if you budget properly and have a good team on your side, it's totally still doable. So let's talk about the positives of buying in Lancaster County right now, even with the higher rates, because there are still some good reasons to make the move. So first off, Lancaster is one of the most desirable places to live in Pennsylvania. I mean, if you look up Lancaster County, Pennsylvania on YouTube, there are all kinds of different videos about the Amish, the farm life, the city life, and everything that we have here. So there is really a lot to offer, despite what some people may tell you who've grown up here and lived here their whole lives. Because we do kind of have that perfect balance of rural charm, urban convenience, and things of that nature. So people love the quality of life here. We have really good public schools, scenic farm views, strong local economy, and those things are not going away. So another reason to buy now is the long-term investment potential. And that's what a lot of people will tell you who have spent a lot of time in real estate. So even though the market's a bit more expensive, Lancaster has consistently shown strong home value appreciation over time. This means that buying now might still be a good move for your financial future, especially if you're planning to stay put for at least 5 years. I wouldn't necessarily, unless you're trying to get into flipping homes or anything like that. If you're not going to live in a place at least 5 years, it's probably not going to be the best choice for you. That's typically what I suggest to anyone looking to buy a house. So real estate is always a long-term play, and Lancaster is a constantly growing area. As a lot of you may know by living here, there's always new construction because there's a lot of traffic, unfortunately, with so many people moving from New York, New Jersey to try and save on taxes and cost of living and everything in that realm. But with continued demand for homes and its proximity to the larger cities like Philly and Baltimore, it's likely that home values are going to keep rising for years to come. So if you're one of those people that's like, well, we're just going to wait it out, rates are too high right now, maybe we'll wait a couple of years or a year till they come down. We don't know if rates are going to come down. We do know that prices are going to increase. So if you can make it work in your budget now, I would highly suggest, and I know it's going to sound self-serving coming from a realtor, but this is what anyone that has been in the real estate game for a long time will tell you as well. So here's what buyers should expect right now. The market is still competitive, so you need to be prepared. homes that are priced right and in good condition can still sell very quickly, especially in areas like Lidditz, some parts of downtown. So if you're a buyer, you need to have a good team. You need to be pre-approved so that once you do find the place that works for you, you can move quickly and make an offer right away. While the inventory is still lower than we'd like, total listings and days on market are continuing to go up as higher rates have kind of slowed things down a bit in the last couple of years. So you might need to be a little more flexible with your location or the features you're looking for, but patience definitely pays off for sure. So what if you're wondering if it's better to wait, which is a valid question. The truth is, if you're waiting for home prices to drop, don't hold your breath. Real estate in Lancaster has been on the upward trend for years, and it's not expected to crash anytime soon. So while we're seeing some price stabilization, it's unlikely we're going to see a significant decrease or a crash in home values or anything like that. And if rates eventually do go down, demand could pick up again, leading to even higher competition, making it harder to get the home that you want. So if you're ready to settle down and you can afford the current rates, buying now could still make sense. And remember, you can always refinance if rates drop. Everyone always says, marry the house, date the rate. And I couldn't agree more with that. So is now a good time to buy in Lancaster County? Well, depends on your personal situation. But here's the gist. If you're financially ready and you plan on living your home for at least 5 years, buying right now is still definitely a smart decision, especially when you're comparing to renting. The market's still competitive, sure, but Lancaster's quality of life, strong economy, and long-term growth potential make it a great investment in the long term. So, with all that being said, if you're feeling uncertain, if your budget is tight, it might be worth for you holding off for a little bit. If you've got some debt you need to pay off and you want to free up your budget a little bit, I completely agree with that. And I would never, ever want to encourage someone to just purchase a home that they can't afford just because they feel like they have to get into the market right away. If you truly can't afford it and your payment is upwards of maybe 25, 30% of your take home pay, your monthly take home pay, it's probably not something that you want to do right now. Take the time to either pay off some debts or increase your income, save up a little more down, just so that you are making a smart financial decision for you and your family. So that's going to be it for today's video. I really appreciate if you watched this whole thing. That means the entire world to me. If you did like it and you saw some value in this, that's the whole reason I'm making this channel, is to provide as much free value to those who are looking to move in the Lancaster area as possible. So if you did like that, go ahead and hit the like button below, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to hit the notification bell, that's just going to tell you every single time I upload a video each week. And the more action we get on this channel, maybe the more videos I'll do. So if you like it, go ahead and share it with your friends. And as always, if I can help you purchase or sell a home in the Lancaster County area, I would love to do that. All my information is in the description below. Thanks so much.